Real quick, before we get into the goodness, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified to every time we upload a video. Appreciate you. I had not planned on this. There are so many other things that I want to talk about. My current profession gives me the ability to talk to a wide variety of people of every race, religion, and income bracket. Yet I find myself repeatedly having to tackle trans agenda topics. I had every intention today starting a new relationship segment, talking about things that men and women both need to hear. My personal experiences people have shared with me, and that is what I will get to. Hopefully, this will be my last transgender topic for a while. Now, of course, I could talk about the kids.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
I could talk about all the, you know what? I think I will. A lot of the transgender community speaks on the right-wing extremist. You see, if you're not down with their agenda, you by default are their enemy. If you don't support all the nonsense, bullshit, and propaganda that they push, you are the enemy. And what they fail to realize is normal people, the vast majority of the American public, does not give two flying about your lifestyle and your sexual preference. We just don't.
I don't give a fuck.
What we do care about is you pushing that overtly and subtly on children. That shall not be tolerated, period.
Hell no, to the no, no, no.
If as an adult, the age of 18, when they are legally able to make these kind of decisions, they want to choose that lifestyle to lead and to live, feel free. But until then, keep that away from children.
Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
The one thing that I have heard a lot of people have a problem with when dealing with the children is why. Some people can't understand why are they so incessant on getting the kids. They don't see the value. Well, one thing is, in that community, they can't reproduce. All they can do is recruit. Because no matter how much old dude with the tits may want to be a female, you do not have an organ to reproduce. And the females that choose to be males have no desire to carry a child. They undergo medical and physical treatments to completely alleviate that option. So, if you can't make, you take. They can't make a kid, so they're going to take yours. That's one reason. But I look at it from the much grander agenda of degrading society as a whole, bringing down society in America overall. I made a podcast on this a while back, explaining a very similar thing, but I was incorporating the alphabet mob as a whole. And what I believe is I misspoke in that, because over the past few months, I have seen it's not the alphabet mob. It's just that T, the transgender. I'll speak on that in another segment. The transgender are the ones really focusing on kids. They just happen to drag the rest of those letters into it. The LGB, whatever else, HGTV, MOUSC. That conforms the alphabet mob. The T is the head of that. The transgenders. The drag shows. The books. The cartoons. All aimed at children. Why? Well, actually, it's a very old and proven effective technique. Mastered by, drum roll please, the Nazis, that communist clique, the guy with the funny mustache, Mr. Adolf Hitler. He mastered it. to a point where, there was even a book written on it. Adolf Hitler said this, quoting, "These boys and girls enter our organizations at 10 years of age and often for the first time get a little fresh air. After 4 years of the young folk, they go on to the Hitler Youth, where we have them for another 4 years. And even if they are still not complete nationalists, socialists, they go to labor service and are smoothed out there for another 6-7 months. And whatever class consciousness or social status might still be left, the Wehrmacht, German Armed Forces, will take care of that." Adolf Hitler, 1938. You can replace Nazi with transgender. You can. You can replace them with transgender, and if you really want to throw everybody else in there, you can throw in the alphabet mob. My focus right now is the transgender because the transgender is focused on my kids and yours. That's what I'm focusing on. Now you might be saying, Tucker, that's a bit of an overreaction. Actually, no, it's not. And I will prove it in written word once again using the Nazi techniques. I got all this information, even the quote I just read you, from the Holocaust Encyclopedia. You can Google it, look it up, find it the same way I did. I am going to read to you what I found, and I am going to replace any mention of Germany, Nazi, Third Reich, and their education system with the current state of what we have going on here, replacing it with the alphabet mob, transgender, and our current public school systems. So I'm going to read as follows. For all of you on YouTube, I'm putting it up on screen so you can follow along as well. Education in public schools serve to indoctrinate students with the LGBTQ worldviews. Transgender scholars and educators glorified the transgender and LGBTQ community, while labeling normal people as ists and phobes, always trying to destroy you. That was just the opening paragraph. If you're following along, you'll see I did very little to change the context of that. I just simply replaced words. And they want to tell me that we are the extremists? Let me read a touch more, because the actual reading says, the next paragraph, after 1933, the Nazi regime purged the public school system of teachers deemed to be Jews or to be politically unreliable. Let me reread that. After 2018, the alphabet mob purged the public school system of teachers deemed to be normal or politically incorrect to them. And then it says, most educators, however, remained in their posts and joined the National Socialist Teachers League. Rewrite, most educators, however, remained in their post supporting the alphabet mob and all their propaganda. It says at the end of the paragraph that I'm reading, in fact, teachers joined the Nazi Party in greater numbers than any other profession. Rewrite, in fact, teachers joined the alphabet mob in greater numbers than any other profession. I could go on and on and on with this entire paragraph, with this entire page, and prove to y'all that what the trans agenda is doing is not only wrong, but evil and based in socialism and communism. I just read it to you. You can go and check it out for yourself. So when you ask, why are they after our children? There's your answer. And to those that are saying, we're not after your children, well, sir, ma'am, him, her, shim.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Yo, if you want to hear the rest, make sure you check out our podcast. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. That is iHeart, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Plus, if you want to reach us, drop us a line. You can find us at freemindthinkers2022@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about us. Leave a comment below and share the video with as many people as you can. I greatly appreciate that. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker. See you on the other side. And always remember, never be afraid to think differently.